join you in action here in Palo Alto on Gunn Field and Hal Daner track. The Los Gatos Wildcats in town. They're facing the Gunn Titans. And Grant, let's bring everybody up to speed here on what's been going on the first couple of minutes.
Well, so far we've just seen a little action in the midfield, and but there we see Gunn kicking it out, and it appears Los Gatos will have a corner kick.
So not too much excitement that
Didn't
you
miss
have
too much.
missed. We will be okay. We'll bring you the rest of the way. I'm Wes Rapaport inside the broadcast booth with Grant Raffel. We were very excited to be joining you here from Palo Alto. It is a chilly one, and it is so chilly that Gunn has 3 ends in it. So let's take a look now as the goalkeeper will take off the sweatshirt there. It is most definitely cold. Grant, what's our game time temperature here?
Well, you know, I set up a thermometer, but it's getting a little of the heat in our heater here, so I'd estimate it's probably around the 50-degree mark. We'll give you an update in the second half, but it is a cold one. No wind, at least.
It is a chilly one here, and we'll go through the starters right now. First for Gunn is, well, we can list them to you. We have a graphic that we may be able to get to you a little bit later, but we will at least list them for you right now. The goalkeeper is Adriana Naranja for Gunn, and Caitlin Chun, a senior midfielder, number 3, as well as number 8, Caroline Anderson, a junior midfielder.
And the corner kick is up. Oh, and that was Kayla McQuaid there, almost had a chance at it. She's the high scorer for these Los Gatos Wildcats, averaging 1 goal per game.
And now let's take a look at the Los Gatos starters. There you see them on your screen right now as this one kicks out of bounds. You can take a look at the Los Gatos starters there. We'll bring you back to the action here in just a moment. There we are. Wes Rapaport, Grant Raffel on MC Sports. We are midway through the first half here. And this one shot on goal is stopped by the goalkeeper. That is Naranja. This one out to midfield. And we are very excited to be here in the broadcast booth. Wes Rapaport, Grant Raffel. It's a chilly one, most definitely cold. Not too many folks out here tonight braving the temperatures, but the folks that are here, they are braving them strongly. It is very cold out here tonight, as you can see, and you may be able to sense out here. So a shot on goal goes wide there as we continue.
And Wes, Gunn comes in here as a heavy underdog. They'd have to pull a big upset tonight against these Los Gatos Wildcats. The Wildcats 8-1-1 on the season, just 3-0 in the league, playing just as they did last year when they won the Santa Clara Valley Athletic League De Anza division, well on their way to another title. Meanwhile, Gunn, more middle of the pack. They are just 0-2 in the league, 1-3-2 total. So Gunn is going for the upset tonight, and they will need to, as Wes was talking about, brave the cold a little better than Los Gatos.
Here comes the protection there from Los Gatos, and that one will be kicked out to save the possession there. And this game here on the 11th of January, we'll take a quick look at the upcoming games for Gunn and see what the impact that may have. We have the next game is January 16th against Saratoga, that one in the afternoon, and then Los Altos, Mountain View, Monte Vista, Homestead, and then Palo Alto to get us through the rest of January. And then to take a look at the schedule for Los Gatos, there are a few more games.
Here's a good one
on that list, and
as Los Gatos brings it in.
Los Gatos coming up, and Gunn will kick that one to safety there, kicking that one out is Jamie Hatler.
That was Mackenzie Flood streaking down the left side. She's also a high scorer for Gunn, just behind McQuaid.
And there comes the shot on goal by Jessica Holmes. That is blocked by the goalie, and that will be, looks like, a corner kick.
Yeah, great save there by Naranha, and the Gunn goalie. It was an open shot.
Yeah, incredible stop there from the goalie, and so far from what we've seen, Grant, what are we looking for in terms of protection of the goal for Gunn?
Yeah, absolutely. That'll be a key part of this game. Los Gatos has scored 22 goals in just 10 games on the season, so the goalkeeper will have to come through. They get their shots, averaging over 10 shots a game.
That one goes just over the goal. A great stop again there from Naranha. And, didn't mean to interrupt your thought there, but
no,
you know, Gunn having some troubles offensively, but also still being able to get that ball across the goal line.
Yes, Gunn. Los Gatos comes in with a plus 15 goal differential, scoring 22, allowing just 7. Gunn scored 4, allowing 11 in fewer games, but still that negative differential is something they need to work on.
We approach the 10-minute mark in this game in the first half here, as that one jets out of bounds, and Gunn will take over. Let's talk about the Los Gatos coaching staff, the varsity coach Stephanie Pearson. And for the Titans, the coach is Juan Mayora. Assistant coach JJ Mayora, and
just a race to the ball there.
Natalie Peralt, the manager there. So that one will kick out of bounds again, and looks like Los Gatos will keep that one. A lot of powerful offense we've seen so far. A few really great shots on goal coming in from Los Gatos.
What a nice move there. That was Angela Caramanos.
Okay, and coming in there is this one. A shot on goal comes in here, and that one looks like it is.
That's a goal for.
Yeah, it looks like that one will be called a goal. So Mackenzie Flood, number 11, the junior forward. She's 5'6", and she makes the first mark here early in this ball game. 1-0, Los Gatos in the lead.
And that is her 6th goal this season. Mackenzie Flood, second on the team in scoring, behind Kayla McQuaid. Actually now ties her, 6 each, and. Flood, number 11, and Kayla McQuaid, number 18. They're the two players, the two main scoring threats for Los Gatos. So there we saw Flood just get open right in front of the goalie, make a little move to the right, and score the goal. That puts Los Gatos up 1-0 here.
And so just approaching, just about at the 10-minute mark, just after the 10-minute mark here in this game. And so Gunn has some catching up to do. Here is Caroline Anderson. And it will be kicked out to Michelle Carson. She will set up to kick it down the field here. Carson kicks it away. And in comes Los Gatos to swipe that one right away. There's Mackenzie Flood. And there's Jillian Meeks knocking that one down. Over now to Miranda Smith in the corner. And it looks like Mackenzie Flood is going to be someone to watch out for in this ball game today. There is the head coach for Gunn, Juan Mayora. Here's Flood. Will knock that one out, and Gunn will continue possession here.
Yeah, we've seen Los Gatos get deep in the Gunn end, obviously, for the goal, but Gunn has yet to get it anywhere near the goal. But it doesn't look like they'll do that here either, as that is Katrina Voris. She's got A lot of assists on this young season. Someone who will probably feed McQuaid and Flood there near the goal.
That one knocked out of bounds by the Titans, and so Los Gatos will keep it moving here. It's a chilly one here in Palo Alto. Los Gatos, an early lead over the Gunn Titans. And Gunn with a quick turnover here, but taken right back by Maddie Medved. Now over to Flood. Medved finds Katrina Voris. Really good ball handling here from the Wildcats. They are being very quick with their ball handling, and just as I say that, a turnover. Gunn will pick it up and knock that one out of bounds. So a lot of ball movement we've seen from both sides here, but obviously a one-sided game so far here coming from the Wildcats. They have taken control of this game early, and Gunn, as I mentioned before, will have some catching up to do. A whistle there from our referee, and
looks like Gunn will set up for a free kick here. So these kicks, I think if they just get them deep, they got to just take those chances and get it into the Los Gatos zone. We haven't seen them really get anywhere to even have an opportunity to shoot the ball yet.
Well, Gunn is going to need to take advantage of every opportunity they are given, and this is not one of them, as Los Gatos quickly snipes that one away. That one, Mackenzie Flood.
Oh, and Flood.
She just kicks that one right into the face of Jillian Meeks, and Meeks will get up a little bit slow there. She took that hit pretty hard, and maybe the coach will just take a few steps out towards the field and make sure everybody's okay, and then give some direction. That's the assistant coach, J.J. Mayora, coming out there to direct the players, and we are back underway here.
Yeah, Flood hit Meeks there from very close range. Understandable that she was shaken up, but good to see she can stay in the game.
This one racing down the field into the corner now are the Wildcats. That is number 18, Kayla McQuaid. And she will have an opportunity for a corner kick. No, that one will be turned over, a goalie kick for the Titans, and another opportunity to clear that ball out of the Titans' territory here.
Yeah, and we mentioned the Titans struggling a little bit so far. They've actually haven't won a game since their first of the season against Kings Academy, so they'd love to get back to those winning ways, but Los Gatos, not an easy team to do that against.
No, absolutely. Los Gatos, a dominant team in this league, and Gunn will have a lot on their plate tonight to make sure that they are back on track for a solid rest of the season, a solid second half. Here come the Wildcats. That is Medved out to Allison Rooney. And that one will be knocked out. And the Wildcats will keep doing that one. There is that ball all the way into the corner there where our media center truck is located on the sideline there.
And there's Flood.
And that one will be whistle blown on that play, as looks like that was Kyla McQuaid. She getting knocked to the ground there, trying to make a play on that ball. And Grant, that's something the Titans are going to have to watch out for, is some of those plays where you really have to be careful, especially in front of the goal.
Absolutely. I mean, we saw them, though. They did give up that open look in front of the goal, so they've just got to be careful to find that middle ground between leaving a look and committing a foul, because it's obviously a penalty kick here, not the situation Gunn would like to see. This is Kayla McQuaid.
So McQuaid with an opportunity to make this a 2-0 game early. And a great stop there from the goalie, Naranja. the goalkeeper knocking that one to the right of the goal, and an incredible stop coming there from the junior goalie. The second look at that stop there, an incredible save. Here it comes. Boom. Great job.
Knocks it just wide of the net, just wide enough to...
and that's all you really have to do, Grant, is to get
Absolutely.
in the way and stop that ball and knock it. I mean, you don't have to hold on to it. You just have to get it out.
No, not at all.
Here comes the corner kick, knocked away by the Titans.
That was Hannah Rosenberg with the corner, and Titans defense coming up big, a nice header. But now Los Gatos will take another corner from the far corner. This is Maddie Medved for this one.
So from Los Gatos, we've seen a strong offensive performance. They have come out fighting here with an early goal and then an opportunity to score multiple times here in the first 20 minutes of this game. Here comes the corner. And that one knocked away again, so Gunn providing the defense most definitely here.
And now Gunn a chance to kind of do a fast break up the field.
Here is Emily Aiken knocking that one out, and that one over to Bella Harbert. Aiken now over to Jamie Hattler. Over to Michelle Carson, and Carson will dish it off to Jillian Meeks. Aiken. And the Wildcats will knock that one out of bounds, so here come the Titans now finally into Wildcats territory for the first time in recent memory, as the Wildcats will knock that one out. That was Mackenzie Flood. As you may remember, Flood scored the first goal of this game, the only goal of this game a few minutes ago, about 10 minutes ago.
And she, again, knocks it out. I think Flood is just content to keep hitting that ball out of bounds.
And that's all you really have to do is just get in the way, as the Wildcats have proven to do that. Here is Flood again, misses that one, and the Wildcats will attempt to clear it here. That was Tori Walker. Now over to Jessica Holmes, and over to the far side where Hannah Rosenberg is waiting. Now centering up is Angela Caramanos. And we're at midfield, back into Titans territory, as that one is shot over. So a lot of ball movement we're seeing here, and a lot of communication. You may be able to hear the players shouting at each other. There's a lot of that open communication. You know, some teams tend to be a little more quiet, but I think, you know, the most successful soccer teams are those ones that are really audible, and you can really gauge exactly where everybody is on the field.
Absolutely. Oh, and that was
an attempt there from Jessica Holmes.
Knocked down to the ground, but
not quite the ideal solution, but nevertheless, the Wildcats will play on. Here is Lauren Johnson. Now Johnson. And this one, an opportunity here for Gunn to get on the board, but a great stop coming in from Hannah Rosenberg, the senior defensive mid, and a really good job of getting over there and taking control of that possession there from Gunn, knocking that ball right out of the way.
Rosenberg just ran right past the Gunn player going for that ball. Just won the race to the ball and able to prevent any chance Gunn had there.
And Grant, as we're about halfway through this first half, what are some of the things that that Gunn is going to have to do as this game progresses to really, well, to first catch up and then take control of this ball game?
Well, I mean, I think the first and most obvious thing, they've got to get some chances here. It's obviously tough to score if you're not shooting, and so far Gunn hasn't gotten a shot off, not even really been anywhere near the goalie. So they're going to have to just keep getting it deep in that end, even if it means taking some longer shots and just get some shots on goal. And maybe, you know, I think the fast break type opportunities.
And that one up, almost an opportunity, and that one goes in. The goal coming in late there from the Titans, and this game is now tied. An excellent goal scored there just as we approach this second part of the first half here. And the two players in on that goal were Bella Harbert as well as Emily Aiken. So pairing up for that one, an incredible game-tying goal here in the first half. Game now tied at 1 apiece.
Yeah, just a great, great goal there. Very quick reactions by the Gunn players. The Corral, the Los Gatos goalie, could. Oh, and now we see another goal.
Just like that, Los Gatos is in control once again. An incredible opportunity there for Los Gatos. They were not going to wait at all and not let Gunn live in that that exciting moment whatsoever. They took advantage of that opportunity and pressed all the way down the field.
Los Gatos lets Gunn tie it. They did not want to remain tied for long. They quickly took care of that straight down the field, and Naranjan came out to the left side. Los Gatos put it in the middle. Another easy goal there for the Wildcats. So
2-1 lead here for Los Gatos as we are approaching the 25-minute mark. Unfortunately, there's no scoreboard operator or timekeeper. Well, the official timekeeper is the referee on the field. So unfortunately, our estimations here are only going to, our timekeeping is going to have to be approximate because we don't quite have a clock up here with the exact time. So but we will keep track as best we can for you as we see a substitution. That's Megan Coonley coming in.
Yeah, we're right about at the 25-minute mark or so right now. This game is 90 minutes long, 45-minute halves.
And here comes Gunn with an opportunity to get this ball out of their territory. They will not be able to take advantage of it. And here comes the Wildcats. I mean, they are really providing a lot of the offense of this game. I mean, we have not seen anything from Gunn with the exception of the one goal. I mean, that was really the only time we've seen the ball on the right side of the field.
Absolutely.
Here come the Wildcats now. That is Angela Caramano stitching it off, and this one all the way out to the goalie box, and that one will be so just rolled out of bounds there. So a corner kick for the Wildcats, and we will be bringing you that in just a moment.
This is about, I think, the fifth corner kick or so for the Wildcats. So that's something Gunn, obviously, if they can get down at that end, like the Wildcats are. More chances.
So it is chilly, but we're seeing a few students out here as
more showing up as we go on.
The Wildcats set up to kick this corner kick, and the cold not stopping a few, but everybody's got their blankets. They are showing up smart in this ball game. That one just out of bounds there, but a 2-1 lead here from Los Gatos early in this game, and a really exciting game so far. I mean, sometimes the cold can put a damper on the excitement, but today, not so far. Here comes, that was Jamie Hatler, and Hatler, the freshman defender and midfielder, will just shoot that one out of bounds, and another knock out of bounds. So the Titans have really been able to, after those first couple of goals, I think they're starting to see what the Wildcats offense picture is coming here.
Absolutely, they're seeing their defense is obviously going to have to step up here. Los Gatos getting a lot of opportunities. Naranjan had that great save on the penalty shot, and she's going to need some more saves like that to keep her Titans in this one. But Trevor, Wes, as you mentioned.
Quite all right. We have Trevor Felch has been providing the play-by-play commentary for most of these other games, so quite all right.
Gunn with a freshman on the team, obviously varsity team, that's quite an accomplishment. But both of these teams fairly young. Actually, Los Gatos, only 5 of their 23 players are seniors. So young teams, a lot of potential.
And here come the Titans as they have now a second opportunity to maybe put some points on the board. Finally able to have some good ball movement here from the Titans, and that one is quickly taken away. So a lot of turnovers. I mean, a lot of back and forth we're seeing from this game. That is some of which is to be expected, but here come the Wildcats. This one, an opportunity here down the field for Flood, and Flood will just dish it off over to couldn't quite see who that was on the other side. Let's take it. Maybe we can see in this replay who ended up scoring that one.
McQuaid.
And just an easy knock in there.
I think it was number 18.
Yeah,
that's
so
Kyla
McQuaid taking advantage of that opportunity right there. So another great goal coming in from the Wildcats. You know what? One of those situations there, Grant, where when the goalie vacates the goal, I mean, all bets are off, and you really have to be careful about that. So the Wildcats with a 3-1 lead now in the first half.
We saw their Flood coming down the left, just simply beat Jillian Meeks in a foot race. Naranjan came out, and of course Flood got it just to the right of her. May have rolled in, but McQuaid put the final touch on that goal. Los Gatos now opens up a 2-goal lead here about 30 minutes into this half.
We are just about halfway through, 30 minutes into this game. Of course, our clock only approximate at this time, but Los Gatos leading 3-1 in the first half. Here, the Wildcats, and knocked out of bounds again, this time by Emily Aiken. So we're seeing Los Gatos really capitalizing on all of these opportunities offensively here this early in the game.
And that was Flood there knocking it out for Los Gatos.
And as we move you through here, this first part of the game, you can see some of the players with the gloves on. I always figure that's a smart idea. You're not going to use your hands, and that shot on goal blocked by the goalie, Naranja. A really great save there, and another scoring opportunity for the Wildcats taken away.
And Gunn here again, unable to move the ball past midfield. This is Karamanos, number 22 for the Wildcats.
Ball into the corner, and that one will stay with Los Gatos.
Hannah Rosenberg there coming down the side. She will take the throw-in. And the Gunn defense here, Wes, I think really needs to step it up. They're allowing a lot of shots on goal, and Naranja can only be so good.
Another opportunity there for the Wildcats taken away from Naranja. A really good job of getting in front of that one and stopping it once again.
Here Gunn with a chance, but it is a 2-on-3. Attempt to get more players into it, but that'll go to Mackenzie Flood.
And that one will just be out of bounds. I mean, and there have been so many more opportunities for the Wildcats than for the Titans. I mean, they have seen so many more opportunities, and Gunn certainly hoping to get a few more here, as this one almost a chance, but Los Gatos taking control once again on the far side. That's Rosenberg. And Rosenberg now over to Kyla McQuaid.
And that one will slip out of bounds, the Titan ball.
And so the cold not slowing down the Wildcats. I mean, it is chilly. We are warm in the press box with our heater, but outside of the press box, it is chilly out there.
It is 45 degrees right outside the press box, maybe even a couple degrees colder on the field.
Certainly not warm. You see a few players wearing the hand gloves. You know, really, I think that's smart. Grant, I think it's smart.
I mean, you don't need your hands at soccer.
Right.
Hopefully,
you only need your feet. Might as well keep your hands warm, right?
Right. And
my producer Ethan saying, what about feet gloves? Yeah, there are feet gloves. We call them socks. And yeah, those keep you warm too. And you get to wear the extra long ones for soccer. So that is a benefit of playing this sport. But
and some great moves here by Karamanos. She does a little give and go there with Medved.
Now Medved over to Mackenzie Flood. Flood in the corner where she is being battled there by Carson. In front of the goal, and that one will be knocked away. But another opportunity here, that one coming from Karamanos, and that one will end up out of bounds. So a goalie kick there. You know, the Wildcats really taking control there, Grant, and having a lot of great opportunities right in front of the goal there. And you know, as the Titans defense, you really have to make sure that that slows down to a minimum here as we approach the end of the first.
The one thing I've noticed is that the Wildcats just seem to be a faster team than Gunn. So coming down the sides, players are able to get past the Titans and around the corner and then get it up to the goal. So very difficult for the Titans. They've got to find a way to get past the Wildcats, who have been very stingy on defense.
Take another look here at the scoring opportunity. Oh, not quite. Here it comes. We'll take another look. And the third time will be the charm. Maybe, maybe not. That's okay. We will continue the action here, but it is. I'm observing that the Wildcats they're just faster to the ball. I mean, they're able to beat the Titans out almost every time. I mean, you see the ball end up sort of in the middle, and both teams will go for it. The Wildcats a lot stronger coming out, and here exiting the game now is Miranda Smith. Entering for the Titans is Mingming Liu, the junior striker. And Gunn will toss this one in. Wildcats knocking it right back out.
That must be something they practice, because we've seen a couple of those Wildcats just purposefully headering it straight back where it came from.
Well, the first couple of times here that we were seeing Gunn really taking control in the Wildcats' territory. And here comes Lisa Howe, but that one unable to stay as Flood will take over. And Flood just driving all the way down the field there, and a missed opportunity coming into Kyla McQuaid.
Yeah, just got
still
right
staying in the corner as now that will be knocked out. So the Wildcats really doing a great job of ball movement and communication, Grant.
Absolutely, and even Gunn, when they do get possession in their own end, they're having a bit of trouble clearing it. The Wildcats seem to be in the right position to keep that ball in the end, and eventually they seem to get possession of it and gotten a few chances. Now entering the game for the Wildcats, that's Brett Cook. Coming out of the game is McQuaid. She'll take a little breather here.
And here come the Wildcats. That one being knocked down at the goal. That is Flood, and this one all the way back to midfield. So we're seeing some of that faster ball movement. The Wildcats already back in action here. Coming in is Medved. Medved with an opportunity right in front of the goal. That is Mackenzie Flood, and Flood will not quite get that one to go. A great save there coming from the Titan goalie, Adriana Naranja.
Medved, great speed there, weaving through the Titan defenders, and Flood there shot it right at Naranja.
And now this one over to Christy Bracken-Gelke. And we are now over to the far side. Los Gatos leading 3-1 here in the first half, approximately 35 to 40 minutes in to this first half. as we are approaching the last couple of minutes in the first part of this game. Here comes Mackenzie Archer.
And the through ball there, Archer was looking for Voris.
And that one kicked out by Lisa Howe. Howe doing a great job of getting in the way there on that play. And let's take a look back at the opportunity to score there. Flood almost getting that to go, but
Flood had both sides open there and just came off her foot right at Naranja.
Thank you, replay team. That one looked good. Here now Flood ready to take this one out. And Flood over to the middle of the field, and that one, a great job by the Titans to clear that ball. An opportunity, another opportunity to score there for the Wildcats, but Gunn defense, finally able to combat that a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely, and a smart play there to hit it out on the side, just giving Los Gatos a throw in.
The Wildcats still on the offensive here. Lisa Howe will just knock her to the ground, and that one will trickle out, and we'll reset here a little bit. So we are about at the 40-minute mark here in the first half as Wes Rapaport and Grant Raffel bring you high school athletics on MC Sports. Tonight at Gunn High School, the Los Gatos Wildcats hosting, the Gunn Titans hosting the Los Gatos Wildcats.
Absolutely, and if you're a soccer fan, this is your one chance to see soccer on MC Sports this year. We're headed to the basketball court for the next few weeks. So
this one up an opportunity, and this one will be picked up. No, knocked away. But Naranja trying to pick that one up and trying to just wrestle that one to the ground. And everybody around her looked like maybe a chance to score, but not quite. And that one will be kicked way out of bounds over to be reset right around midfield.
And we'll see here, but if the refs truly do account for all the stoppage time, it could be a significant portion. We've seen a few balls go well out of bounds, and it's been a little bit of a slow game at times, but it has had its share of scoring here. 4 goals in the first half.
Well, the one thing we have not seen, and I'll knock on wood right here, we have not seen any injuries so far. So that's usually the big thing that will take up a lot of that extra time, the regular time, to provide some extra time, is a lot of those injuries, and we have not seen those tonight so far. So as we see now, entering the game for the Titans is Bella Harbert. She checks back in for the sweeper midfielder Michelle Carson. Harbert, the junior defender and midfielder, coming in to get some more playing time. As this one, an unusual sight into the Wildcats territory. We have seen it a few times, but not too much tonight so far. Harbert with the fresh legs. She is on the attack here, but the Wildcats a little bit too strong. Coming in there was Angela Karamanos. A nice kick there coming from Emily Aiken. And the Titans in control at this point.
And we've got a whistle here right at midfield. Gunn will take the free kick.
And Gunn definitely needs to pick up the pace here. Down 3-1. They are.
Now we see them getting down there.
Finally able to do that a little bit, but that one kicked right back out to the Wildcats. That
yeah, Los Gatos very good at gaining possession in their own end.
That's Flood. Flood seems to be all over this field. I mean, she is doing a great job of being everywhere the ball is almost the whole time. Here comes Harbert. Harbert now out to Caroline Anderson. And Anderson finds Ming Ming Liu. Liu down to Anderson. Anderson, 3 players to beat, and she will get beat.
That's the problem here. Gunn just leaving their one player with about 4 or 5 players.
An opportunity to
around.
score here for Mira Parat, and that one will not go. That one picked up by the goalie, Mate Corral. And Corrals that one.
Exactly. Good name for a goalie.
Yeah, she comes in there and is able to take care of that one. Able to take care of that as the Wildcats now move it down very quickly, coming in here. It looks like that's a number 9. I do not have a number 9 on my roster, so if we can figure out who that, figure out who that is, maybe we can we will be able to get that to you in the second half. We are just about at the 45-minute mark, so we'll see some of this and some extra time. We will try and get the number 9 from Los Gatos for the second half. Here comes, that is Katrina Voris. So we're having a few technical difficulties up here in the press box, but we hope you can hear us here. Okay, and here comes an opportunity there for the Wildcats, but taken down is Mira Parat. And we are having some technical difficulties up here in the press box. We do hope you can hear us. Wes Rapaport, Grant Raffel on MC Sports, bringing you high school sports coverage.
And
as that one ends up out of bounds there.
Another goal kick here.
And we are just about approaching the end of this first half. We will see some extra time as well. Los Gatos leading 3-1 here for Gunn. You know, and really needing to put some pressure on the Wildcats to keep the scoring down to a minimum here. Here's the corner kick up and an own goal. That one knocked in.
That's a tough one.
You really can't afford to do that here, especially with the score the way it is. So an own goal, but effectively that goal coming in from Hannah Rosenberg. So she will get credit for the goal at being the last offensive player to touch that one. So Rosenberg gets credit for the goal, and then we are at the end of the first half. So we will bring you the second half momentarily, but before we do that, Grant, let's chat a little bit about how this first half has gone. I mean, what are some of your observations? First, we'll start with Los Gatos.
Yeah, absolutely. Los Gatos really dominating all facets of this game, just defensively not allowing Gunn to come in. Gunn had that one goal on the free kick, just kind of a mishandling of the ball by the Los Gatos goalie, but really Los Gatos, very strong effort tonight, really what I would have expected them to do this half, and they can come out here, put up 4 goals already. We'll see what the second half brings for both Gunn and Los Gatos. Gunn has a little work on its hands. Needs to score a little more, almost double its season total tonight here.
So Los Gatos really providing virtually all of the offense, with the exception of the one goal from the Titans. But, you know, Los Gatos really taking command of the field. The ball movement has been excellent. The communication on the field has been excellent. And now let's move over to the Gunn Titans. I mean, what are they going to have to do coming out of this first half to really be able to put some pressure on Los Gatos?
Okay, yeah, absolutely. They just, you know, when they got the ball in the end, they had some chances, got some opportunities. That's, of course, how they did score that goal. So, absolutely. I think just once they get over midfield, maybe taking some longer shots, some through balls, and just getting it on net, even if they're not, you know, high-quality shots, I think it's just good to get the quantity there. Eventually something might go through for them, but they're really just going to need to, and also get a little faster with their feet. They're getting beaten on a lot of chases to the balls against Los Gatos, so if they win a few more of those foot races, could lead to some more opportunities for Gunn.
All right, and let's take a look now. We'll bring you back, if we can cue that up, bring you back a little bit to the replay of that own goal coming in. First, Hannah Rosenberg kicking that one from the corner, and there it is, just off the Titan player. into the goal. So, you know, a really great kick coming in from the corner, and Gunn, an unfortunate break there for the Titans coming out of that one. So we have finished the first half. Los Gatos Wildcats leading 4-1, and we will come back with the second half in just a few moments. Stay with us.
You look great. By the way, yeah. Take care.
Grant Raffel alongside Wes Rapaport, bringing you some high school girls soccer tonight. And so Los Gatos already out to a 4-1 lead here. Gunn has to claw its way back for the second half. It is a cold night, 43 degrees now. The temperature just keeps dropping.
And granted, it is not going to get any warmer here.
That's for sure.
As the sun continues to go down and as the evening continues to progress, no relief in sight until we are, well, in the press box we're okay, but no relief in sight in terms of the long-term evening so far.
So for those watching at home, the teams have switched sides, of course. Now Gunn attacking from the right to the left, Los Gatos left to the right. That was Gunn goalie Naranja there with the stop.
And Naranja did a really great job. You know, the 4 goals on the board from Los Gatos, really a deceiving number. I mean, because the goalie, Naranja, has really done a great job of protecting the goal as much as she can, and her defense is certainly not helping her out tonight.
It could easily be 6 goals for Los Gatos. Naranja had a couple great stops in that half, namely the penalty shot and the cross right in front of her. But yeah, the defense isn't doing her any favors, that's for sure. And they're the ones for Gunn that will have to step up, as this is Karamanos. We've said her name a few times. She's a powerful force in the midfield. She'll pass to Hannah Rosenberg. And this is Voris now. McQuaid back in the game. She checked out for a little while at the end of the first half. She'll go over. And now back to Rosenberg along the right side. And that'll just go out, knocking over the Gunn player.
It looks like Megan Cunley there, the Titan, then knocked to the ground. And, you know, Rosenberg, I feel like doing a pretty good job of knocking that out and then providing a little bit of extra entertainment for the fans here tonight. There would be no soccer game would be complete, Grant, without you know, a little bit of pushing and shoving and some acting as well. We did see the Oscar nominations released this week, and that one, maybe not Oscar worthy, but definitely some acting involved there.
That was a header attempt by Los Gatos. A nice free kick by Hannah Rosenberg. Couldn't quite catch who that was, but right in front of the Gunn net. Tried to header it forward, it went more straight up.
And maybe the Titans, there a little bit of confusion, something that we might be seeing there. But nevertheless, Gunn will take over.
Now Gunn advanced it up across midfield now again, but both times Los Gatos able to hit it back. That is Tori Walker for the Wildcats. Now that is Christy Brakengelk. There's McQuaid, but a nice stop by the Gunn D. But McQuaid gets right by Lin Lu. And that one's out of play.
Now, if I'm the Gunn coach, Juan Mayor, you know, the thing that I want to do coming out of this half and going into halftime there, talking to my players is to really reinforce the idea that they are not out of this game. I mean, they are most definitely they have a shot at this game, most definitely. 4 goals to 1, that's okay. But the opportunities that Gunn need are really going to have to be forced. They will not present themselves. I mean, the Wildcats are not going to help Gunn in any way create any of those opportunities. I mean, that is something that we have seen multiple times tonight. So Gunn is really going to have to be strong offensively to really be able to create those chances for themselves and put the ball in the net.
And Camille Schrager checking out of the game, and Annika Cow into the game for Gunn. Now Gunn deep in the Los Gatos end. One of the few times this game they've been able to do that. And now right to Los Gatos. There's Kayla McQuaid coming down the right. She's just got a couple to beat, and she'll put on the brakes there. That's over to Voris, and it gets through. Not quite sure who that was off of. Looks like it will remain a Los Gatos ball, so let's set up for a corner kick.
And McQuaid, really only 2 players to beat that time. That was Cunley and Aiken, the last 2 there. So, a really tough opportunity presented there for the Wildcats, but then unable to convert right there, and we will see the corner come out. But only a couple of players to beat there, and she couldn't quite power it past him.
And here's Naranha just coming right out, grabbing the corner right out of the air. Nice effort by her. She's really, despite those 4 goals, as we mentioned, played a pretty solid game. Now Gunn will try to advance it, but you see, every time they try to do this, they're outnumbered. And now Los Gatos will take it back. That's Karamanos bringing it over to the right. Tori Walker trying to advance it upfield. Back to Karamanos and knocked over there. That was Ming Ming Liu.
Yeah, so Angela Karamanos really getting out there. Caroline Anderson, the offender on that time for Gunn. Caroline Anderson, the midfielder, going in there and powering through there to make sure that the Wildcats were not going to be able to do that.
And this one is out at the far corner.
So here is the quote of the day. The rules of soccer are very simple. Basically, it is this. If it moves, kick it. If it doesn't move, kick it until it does. That's the commissioner of the NASL, Phil Woosman. He was the commissioner from 1969 to 1983. We do thank our production staff in the truck for providing us with that fun quote of the day.
It was very informative.
Brought to you by MC Sports.
And Los Gatos here, while you were reading that quote of the day, just hit it right over the net. So Gunn with the goal kick, but right back to Los Gatos. This is McQuaid in the right corner trying to maneuver it. And she's really controlling her ground there. McQuaid trying to center it, and that's off the side of the net. Another goal kick for Adriana Naranha. Oh,
the quote of the day, trying to make a second comeback there. Not quite. We're going to say no to that one. They were trying there. Was trying to make the comeback, but that's okay.
We're now in the 8th minute here of the second half. That would be the 53rd minute of the game. 4-1, Los Gatos. Grant Raffel, Wes Rapaport with you here from Gunn High School on a cold one. I mean, it is January. What do we expect?
We are in Palo Alto, though, so, the cold is all relative.
That's true.
East Coast cold is not like West Coast cold. It's not like northern part of the United States and southern. It's all very relative.
Right.
I go to school at Chapman University. It is warm down there all the time. So I'm chilly right now. I'm not enjoying the temperature, but I'll settle.
I think we can handle this. We've got 5 straight weeks coming up in the gyms, so we won't be too cold there.
That's true. MC Sports being we'll continue to broadcast to you from the next few weeks all basketball games. So we will. This is our first and only soccer game of the 2012-2013 season, but we're ringing in the new year with something new, and then that'll be it. We'll go back into the gym where it's nice and warm and no complaints from me there.
And if you are interested in joining our great team here at the Media Center, we'd love to have you. You can learn a lot about producing sports broadcasts. Even if you don't have an interest in sports, it's a great skill to have. We have camera people, graphics in the truck, audio, etc. As Naranha, oh, and a great block there. That's number 2 for the Titans, which I don't have on my roster.
Really good stop there coming in from...
She saved a goal, whoever that was.
Looks like
because
there on
Naranha was out of position there. Oh, and this one's through to McQuaid.
Potentially Cunley, maybe Emily Aiken, the defender there. It looked like that could have been Aiken. Maybe we can take another look here as our replay team will prepare the replay, and we will...
Well, we'll get it to you later.
We're teasing it. It's okay. We're working on it.
But
it's all right.
As I was mentioning, our MC Sports team here, just go to midpennmedia.org, contact Chuck, our great producer. We'd love to have you.
And more specifically, midpennmedia.org/sports. We'll take you straight to all of our sports information, all of our sports content. We are going to take a look at the replay here. That one coming off, and a great stop there from...
And we'll see here.
Naranha, and then here comes the extra...
I looked like number 20, maybe.
The kick there, a really good job from the Titans there, coming in, making the stop, and really getting out of the way was Annie Vesey. So Vesey coming in to do her job. I mean, as the defender, a really great job there to keep the ball away from the goal.
And if you'd like to watch another kind of football, you can also go to our page and look up the Media Center on Facebook, on YouTube. We have all of our football and volleyball broadcasts from the fall up, so you can relive those moments of Pally and Gunn athletic excellence.
Well, you can also find it on Facebook, facebook.com/MidPennMediaCenter, and also on Twitter at MidPennMedia. So we are all over the social media, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and on the web. You can find it everywhere. But one way or another, we want to get you your sports content, and we would love some help producing it as well if you have an interest in that.
Absolutely. And Wes, we'd all like to thank Wes here. He during his school break was kind enough to upload all of our broadcasts and increasing our outreach. So thank you to Wes from everyone here.
Well, absolutely.
With the MC Sports program.
It's really a lot of fun going back and able to watch some of the exciting games that we've had. We had Jim Harbaugh in the booth at our Pally Midi game, only seen on MC Sports. We had 49ers head coach Jim Harbaugh, so that was exciting, and we hope to be able to continue to provide some quality sports content here presented by MC Sports. Yep. So, you know, the Titans here doing a great job of trying to be a little more offensive there, almost having an opportunity to put the ball in the net, but unable to convert there. And the Wildcats will continue with this one.
So now a goal kick from Los Gatos. There's Flood, and we'll hit it backwards. Now Los Gatos trying to go forward. McQuaid streaking down the right, but they will go more towards the middle. That's now all the way down to the gun end, and that will slip out of bounds. Time for a corner kick here, Los Gatos. And we've seen Los Gatos with a lot of corner kicks this game. I think probably upwards into the double digits at this point. And all those opportunities. I mean, of course, the one corner kick wasn't even their best one, but an own goal by Gunn.
Yeah, Hannah Rosenberg getting the benefit of that one. You know, she kicking this one out of the corner, and as she will come over and take this one herself, you know, she obviously the corner specialist, being able to put the ball in the net no matter what it takes, even if it's knocking it off a Gunn player or an opposing player. A really good job of being able to just get the ball in the net. Oh, and she will fake it this time. So an interesting decision to see maybe where the Titans were going to go with that.
Rosenberg backs off. Oh, it looks like they're bringing in some subs. We've got a bunch of subs coming into the game.
Well, for Gunn, we are seeing Lauren Johnson entering back in. We are seeing Miranda Smith coming back, and we are also going to check out Jessica Hall as she comes back in.
And for Los Gatos, that's Mackenzie Archer and Brett Cook coming into the game. So 5 new players there all at once, as Hannah Rosenberg awaits the corner kick. She's ready now. Slings it over. And Naranja, another nice save. She's been aggressive on those corners, just going right after the ball. Now
Yeah,
she'll roll it up.
Naranja doing a really impressive job of being able to contain that. I mean, it's not easy when you are the target there.
So Gunn now trying to advance it. They cross midfield. That is Belia Harbert. Oh, and a little push there. It's Aislinn Rooney for Los Gatos. Gave, looked like, again, Harbert the little shove. So free kick. And Los Gatos now trying to advance it. Really, it would be interesting to see a time of possession stat for this game, because I think Los Gatos probably almost twice as much time. So that one a little strong. That was looking for the Los Gatos player McQuaid streaking down the right side. As we're just past the 60th minute here, so 2/3 of the way through, 15 minutes, 16 minutes or so through in this second half. This game is 90 minutes. So a little time for either Los Gatos to increase this lead or Gunn to decrease it. Obviously the fans here are hoping for the latter.
And in talking with both coaches before the game today, it was evident that the coach for Los Gatos, Stephanie Pearson, seemed to have a little bit more energy, a little bit more excitement. I mean, her team is a dominant force on the field, and the head coach for Gunn, Juan Mayora, a little bit more reserved, a little bit more calm and centered. I mean, he was, when your team has the record that they do, you know, it makes it tough to be extra excited about every game. But I think he has really talked his players down really well.
And there we see a chance. That was Lauren Johnson, but she was beaten to the ball. Tori Walker there outrunning her, and Gunn's got a couple chances, for some breakaways, but just unable to maintain ball possession.
Lloyd Walker, the 5'11" senior, just a little bit more powerful. You know, hustling down the line and able to take control.
Now Los Gatos coming up, and a long pass to McQuaid. She's on her own, just the goalie. And that was Naranja coming out of the goalie box, and now coming in. And Naranja with the save, cleared, but only partially, and that one is over the net. Los Gatos a couple chances to score there, but Naranja with a nice save, and Gunn able to just hang on for Los Gatos to miss the net.
And that time, got to give credit to the Gunn defenders, namely Annie Vesey. She was really provided most of the defense there. When Naranja came out of the net, Vesey stayed right there and made sure that the shot that went in was not going to be able to go in. So here come the Titans defensively, as Naranja will punch that one out.
And Gunn now possibly a little realistic here. 3 goals in the last 25 minutes or so is going to be difficult, but they'd love to get on the board a couple more times. Gunn only has scored 4 goals on the season in their 6 games. So to score one against this quality Los Gatos team already, they should be happy about that, but they'd love to get another 1 or 2. Los Gatos actually have to look at my Los Gatos only allowed 7 goals in 10 games, so already increasing that average. Gunn is.
There comes the kick in from the Titans and all the way down into the corner.
And Los Gatos actually 3 goalies on their roster. All of them have seen at least 1 full game of playing time, so they have a little rotation for that. Now Naranja right to the Los Gatos player. We've got a whistle. It will be Titan ball here.
Well, and Flood has been really, Flood and McQuaid, the 2 stat leaders here for the Wildcats. I mean, Flood entering this game with 15 points, McQuaid entering with 12, followed by Medved and Voris both having 9 each. So those 4 have really been responsible for all of the offense for the Wildcats, as has been displayed tonight. I mean, they are really
Absolutely
doing that. The 4 of them have been out there aggressively all night long.
That they have been. Those are some of the names we've heard most this game. This time it's Holmes bringing it up for Los Gatos to McQuaid. She'll center it there. Karamanos to Hannah Rosenberg, and Naranja able to grab it. She'll try for a long kick here. And Los Gatos gains possession. Gunn just unable to win those battles when it's a 50-50 toss-up. It's been more like 75-25 tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Gunn has really, they've been beat to the ball, Grant. I mean, and it's been something that's been, we've seen it all night long. I mean, they are time after time, except for right there. Here comes Annika Kao, a really good job of proving us wrong once again. Every time, I feel like every time we get right into something, we feel like we're on a roll. Okay, here's something that we've observed right as we're about to talk about it. That trend changes, and that was one right there. I mean, Gunn has been beat time after time after time after time tonight, and now finally able to power one through, and they will keep the ball right there. So a really good job of doing, of just going after it and getting in the way.
Absolutely. Gunn just needs to hold on to that a little longer, try to get it a little further down. But they have gotten a couple of chances that have gotten these fans excited, at least for a brief moment. Now Los Gatos in, headed by Camille Schrager. Now this is Medved for Los Gatos, and hit out of play by Lauren Johnson of the Titans.
Well, and Medved entering today's game with 3 goals to her name. She has played in, she has started in all 8 games that she has played thus far, and this will be the 9th for both of those categories. Started tonight and in her 9th game, so she, providing something like that offense like we talked about.
Now deep in the Los Gatos end, Gunn able to keep it there, trying to keep it in bounds, and that just slips out. Disappointing opportunity. As we approach the 70th minute here in this girls varsity Santa Clara Valley Athletic League contest, De Anza division. Los Gatos on top of the division, 3-0 in the league. 8-1-1 total. Another dominant season like last year when they won the league. As now Flood coming down the right, but this time Flood is beaten by the Gunn defender. Looks like that is number 16, Emily Aiken. Nice hustle by Aiken.
I know, and all night we've been saying really that Gunn's been beat time after time after time, but Aiken has been one of those players that has really been there almost consistently for Gunn to really provide most of the defensive stops there. You know, doing a really good job of hustling to that ball and really being there for the Gunn defense.
Los Gatos attempts to bring it in unsuccessfully. They'll try again. Hannah Rosenberg again along the side, looking for Mackenzie Flood. And that one is high and wide of the goal, all the way past the track.
Well, Flood has 5 goals entering today. The first goal of today's game was her 6th. And so she, you know, she has really been there offensively for the Wildcats. I mean, she has been hustling to that ball. She's been doing whatever she can to make sure that ball is staying in the Titan zone. I mean, that's something that we're seeing is the time of possession has been really in the Wildcats' favor. I mean, we have seen this ball in Gunn territory, you know, virtually the entire game, and that's something that maybe Coach Juan Mayor is going to want to work on with this team, is to at least, if you're not going to score the goals, to be able to back it up offensively,
yep,
keep the ball in the opponent's zone, just so that you're able to be more consistent with that.
Absolutely. Holding on to the ball, key. And now we've got a substitution. This is Caroline Anderson coming into the game in favor of Belia Harbert. Harbert, the junior. Anderson, also a junior. And denied there. Los Gatos and Gunn trying for it. No one there to grab that ball. Christie breaking block, but Naranjan again comes up with the ball.
And a really great opportunity there from Mackenzie Floyd to put another point on the board. I mean, that could have easily been a 5-1 lead right there had she just been ever so slightly faster.
Now on the far side of the field, just barely kept in. Gunn with the ball. That was Lauren Johnson trying to corral it. Instead, it'll come back the other way. Los Gatos with a break. Brett Cook coming up the left side. Denied there by, it looks like, Caroline Anderson for Gunn. 4-1 here. Los Gatos, no scoring in this second half. A couple chances, but not nearly as many as that first half. As we come up here on the 75th minute. Just about 15 minutes or so left in this one. Now looking for Flood in front of the net, but Gunn able to clear it up to midfield. Los Gatos, though, will hit it back in. And a Gunn player takes a little spin there. And just kind of trading possession here at midfield. Gunn seems to have it at this point. That is Lisa Howe bringing it up. She gives it away, though, to Los Gatos. Katrina Voris. Maddie Medved trying to kick it deep. And Gunn will hit it out. That is Kirsten Way, the junior.
Still unable to find who number 9 is for the Wildcats. And we think it may be Brett Cook. According to, we have some one roster says one thing, one roster says another, but that's okay. We think it may be Brett Cook, but so I guess for all the good stuff, it's Brett Cook, and for all the bad stuff, she doesn't want to be identified whatsoever, understandably.
Naranjan will take a kick here. Not a lot of action here in the last 10 minutes or so. But Gunn will try to change that and invigorate these fans.
We are in the 76th minute here of this contest. And, you know, we have yet to see some really, you know, exciting plays. I mean, there's been a lot of good offense from the Wildcats. You know, that own goal coming in was great from Hannah Rosenberg.
And Rosenberg there, and very nice give and go with Jessica Holmes. And this one will roll out of bounds. Another goal kick.
And so as we saw Katrina Voris come out, knock that one out, I should say. Another opportunity down the drain there for the Wildcats as the Gunn defense has gotten a lot stronger in this second part of this second half.
They're hit out by Lisa Howe of Gunn. Yeah, a lot of the action has been on this right side, Wes. It has been just as the first half was, very dominated by Los Gatos.
All right, here comes, it's time for soccer trivia. The starting lineup for a soccer team, how many players? A, 5, B, 11, C, 15, D, depends on the league. We will hold the answer for you. We can
the answer will
deliver that answer in just a few moments.
Yeah, in about, we'll give you a little time to think about that.
Yeah, give you some time to think about that.
But not quite enough time to look it up online.
Right. I think I know the answer. Pretty sure I know. But we will see if you folks at home are able to figure it out, and we will bring it back once we get another stoppage of play here in this exciting action.
So Los Gatos in its own end here. Not much going on, but Rosenberg will try to change that. Karamanos back to Holmes. Rosenberg again. Holmes back to Rosenberg. And Gunn trying to grab it, and Los Gatos hits it out, so Gunn very successful attempt there.
And Gunn trying to make some noise there offensively, you know, playing the defense, but then also able to, okay, so here we go, soccer trivia, starting lineup for a soccer team. A, B, C, or D, 5, 11, 15, or depends. Let's see what it is, everybody.
The answer is B.
It's B, 11. I was expecting maybe a second graphic with the answer, but that's okay. The answer is B. There are 11 starters on a soccer team.
Now, if you had remembered all of the names we've said for each team, you could have figured that one out.
You could have won the trip to Hawaii if you had guessed every player that we have, all 11 starters for both teams. We did have the Hawaii vacation available. So just email sports@midpennmedia.org, and we will award you your trip. No, I'm just kidding. There's no way anybody had that. Our own graphic said Carlmont Scots. It's quite all right. This is Gunn and Los Gatos.
Now we are in the 78th minute, about 12 minutes to go in this contest. As Grant Raffel, Wes Rapaport joining you from the press box here at Gunn.
It's been exciting so far. It really has. I mean, there are, you know, been a few moments of really great soccer here, or football as the Europeans call it.
Unfortunately for the fans and the announcers and the crew that have braved the cold, all of those came in the first half. So we could use a little excitement here.
Yes,
in the last 10 minutes of the game. Let's see if one of these teams can put one in the net.
We're due for a goal.
We are.
From anybody. We'll take any goal. We would really like some excitement to happen at this point. As two of the Wildcats players come off, entering the game now, 25 and 26. That is Riley Comeau and McKenna Cutting.
And coming out of the game, number 7, Medved, and 12. That is Boris. So a couple of the starters for Los Gatos coming out a little early for some rest. As now Karamanos, but it is stolen from her. Gunn tries to get it back to Los Gatos. Karamanos again, back to her own end. That is Breaking Gulk. And that's going to be just out of the reach of
we got more
Hannah
trivia.
Rosenberg.
Oh, yeah. Okay, soccer trivia. Who was the first winner of the FIFA World Cup? A, Brazil. B, Germany. C, England. D, Argentina. E, Uruguay.
Now this one not quite as easy as that first
no,
one.
Most
Not
definitely
only
not
have
as
we
easy.
limited your chances by 5% from 25 to 20
But the
by
trip to
having
Hawaii
an extra
is off. by the way.
Option,
No
but all
trip
of
to
those
Hawaii.
teams, powerful soccer
Yeah, no kidding.
teams. Yeah, I'm really stumped on this one. I'll
Well,
be
see,
interested to hear this.
I'm a fan of Holland soccer, the Netherlands. I
Yep.
really like their play. They also do have a player named Wes, so that is very exciting. Wesley Sneijder.
Yes.
He is number 10 for the Dutch World Cup team. So you know when the Dutch are playing, always rooting for number 10. But you know that one is a really tough one. Everybody at home watching is gonna have to go Google that one before they answer that.
And Brett Cook streaking down the left. But we'll give you a couple moments to think that one over. Trying to keep our audience here engaged while the action on the field.
It builds
It
while we wait
builds.
for the action to build. How about that?
Yes. Well put.
First half, very strong. 4 goals from Los Gatos, 1 from Gunn. And here we go. First winner of the FIFA World Cup. And the answer is, it's E, Uruguay.
Wow.
The first winner of the FIFA World Cup. And bonus points if you can tell us what year that was.
That one, that was a great question by our crew. That's Chuck Alley, our producer, coming up with that question.
Thank you, Chuck. Thank you, Ethan Cohen, our director, and everybody on our crew tonight. It has been a cold one. We appreciate you braving the elements with us. But they are in the truck, so let's remember that. We're outside and they're inside.
Well, but we do have some camera people on top of here,
Yeah.
facing the wind, even worse than us. So let's give a special
The folks on
thank
top
you to them.
of our press box, they're the troopers tonight. Running camera for us. A extra special thank you to Andrew Mellows, one of our technical advisors. He is the man that makes everything tick. We do appreciate his help in our broadcast today.
As now Los Gatos trying to make something happen here in the final minutes of the game. We are in about the 83rd minute at this point. To the right side, here's Hannah Rosenberg. And that's hit out by Gunn, and specifically Lisa Howe.
So we got 2 minutes left, the official
2
says.
minutes.
2 minutes. I don't know what that, I don't know if that's exactly right, because
That would be
to our clocks in here.
the 40-minute mark instead of 45. Interesting. Okay.
Well, we'll figure something out, but I did hear a 2 minutes coming from the ref, so maybe that's 2 minutes extra time that he's going to add on to this game. Yeah, that sounds about right.
So we're not sure when this will end, but it will at some point. As coming across, that was looked like Brett Cook for Los Gatos. Good chance at it, but right over the net. Now Naranja hustling here, trying to give her Gunn Titans another chance to score before this game ends. She'll get it up on the right side, but that is Tori Walker. She'll hit it back to Braken Glock.
And once again,
Rosenberg.
we're seeing the powerful offense from the Wildcats. I mean, this is the first time we've seen the ball on the left side of the field in quite a while.
And here's a chance if Los Gatos can win the foot race. And that is
Oh, and right during the middle of the exciting action, here's one more trivia question. When did soccer make its official Olympic debut? A, 1896, B, 1900, C, 1928, D, 1932. I'm going to honestly say I don't know. Oh, we brought you back to Uruguay. All right. That's fun.
Okay, and jumbled up here. Oh, and a chance for Los Gatos. Just wide. That was, I don't think Naranja got a piece of that, but that shot just wide. A great chance, probably the best scoring chance we've seen in the whole second half.
Well, and that
coming
one
right at the end of the game here.
Yeah, coming between. Oh, we got more trivia. Oh, all kinds of trivia. That was exciting. Okay.
And that will do it here from Gunn High School. Los Gatos 4, Gunn 1 is your final score. And we would love to give you another trivia question or two here before we wrap up our broadcast.
There it is. The answer,
there it is.
1900 is when the soccer made its official Olympic debut. The things you learn on a sports broadcast,
Absolutely.
especially Media Center Sports. You wouldn't learn that anywhere else except Google, but that's okay.
But we bring it right to you. You don't even have to look it up.
We absolutely do. So the final here, 4-1, Los Gatos. I mean, and Grant, they were really the dominant team here.
They were.
I mean, from the get-go, with everything that they brought to the table, they were faster, they were more communicative, they were really out there talking to each other, and they were ultimately able to convert, 4 times, and that's something that makes it very difficult to combat as the Gunn Titans, unable to really put the pressure on the Wildcats that I think they were hoping to be able to do. But they will take this loss and they will really work, I think, some keys to work on, going to be a little more of that communication, a little more of focusing on the task at hand and really being able to put the ball into the net. So as you can see, the final, Los Gatos 4 and Gunn 1.
And all of the scoring coming in the first half. Los Gatos with the first goal, Gunn answering, but it was only tied for about 20 seconds there or so as Los Gatos came right back. 2-1 lead, never looked back. A couple more goals to close out the first half. The teams went to a 0-0 tie in the second half. So Grant Raffel, Wes Rapaport will give you some final thoughts here of the game. So Wes, obviously we've mentioned a few times at this point, but really a dominant effort by Los Gatos, moving to 9-1-1 on the season, well on their way to a second consecutive league title.
Well, Los Gatos came out there. They wanted to win when they came out to play today, and that was the big difference. I mean, Los Gatos, they came out strong. They came out effective, and they were really able to push the limits of this Gunn team. Gunn really not a forceful presence out there. I mean, Los Gatos, they came in, and you could see out there on the field players like Mackenzie Flood. She was out there really strong. Kyla McQuaid. Both of them, they came out, and they came out to play. And so the two of them, the leaders of this team in points and goals, and so they were really able to show their team and show Gunn what they were out here to do today.
Absolutely, and really a strong all-around effort by those Los Gatos Wildcats. You mentioned those two players, but plenty of others making contributions from both the scoring perspective and the, just making some key plays there in the midfield to set up some other plays. So that'll do it for us here at Gunn High School. This is Grant Raffel, Wes Rapaport. Our producer has been Chuck Alley, director Ethan Cohen. Special thanks to our entire crew. We will see you the next 5 straight weeks. We've got Menlo Atherton basketball next week, 2 weeks at Palo Alto, 2 weeks at Gunn. Should be an exciting time here on MC Sports. We hope to see you in the future for some basketball broadcasts. Those will be girls and boys. So I'm Grant Raffel, Wes Rapaport. Thanks for watching.